Good morning and good day. So, I moved to a new city about a year ago. I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and other than it being cold, which I hate the cold, I've had trouble trying to define friendships, close, meaningful, and more of that deep conversation type friendships. And in college, my last 2 years, I didn't really seek this. I was really focused on education. I moved to a different school. I was more closed off and I don't know, intrinsically by myself, if that makes any sense. I kind of closed myself off from a lot of groups because it's like, what's the point? I'm just going to move to a different place after this. I'm going to lose all these friendships. There's really no point to socialize. But that was an issue because I met some people up there and I still hang out with them. I still talk with them. And I don't know why I had that kind of closed off mindset. I didn't really think about it at the point, but like, even if you move away, you're still going to have friends from that certain area or certain group or just that school that you went to. And I don't know. I found it kind of weird. I don't know why I did that. But now that I moved to a big city and I'm out of college where I'm not surrounded by people that are my age, people that have similar things that they want to do, education's a huge portion. You can hang out with them because it's kind of just an area you can hang out without even trying. There's cafeterias, there's different study groups, there's rooms, there's sports, intramurals, everything. But being in the real world, about quotations around that because we're always in this real world, but it is hard to kind of find a community when you haven't been in that area at all. You know nobody. It is completely unknown. Now, I personally have joined a lot of meetup groups, social gatherings, sports, things to try to connect with other people, just to be around other people. And it's worked. I have met people, I've met friends, not really deep friends, but friends within that certain subgroup and community. But it's not what I'm trying to search for. It's not like the goal. What I'm trying to search for is a friend group that I can go over to their house and have a potluck. Take somebody on the phone and say, hey, you open tonight? And then they're like, yeah, sure, let's just watch a movie. That kind of closer thing that where you don't have to try to make certain events or certain things. You can just hang out with them at their own place. Now, that's what I'm searching for. And I've had trouble with it. And I think people in general have trouble with finding friendships, with finding connection, finding communities. Now, it does take personal action for you to actually go out and try certain events, certain things, try to get into the real world, even just going down the street to a coffee shop and hanging out there every Sunday and getting used to the land, getting used to people's faces and trying to start a conversation. But a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people don't have that openness to kind of try those things. And I think that's an issue because I see it every day. I see it every single day. And I know my thing is not unique or my thoughts aren't unique because I know other people are searching for friends as well, for connections as well. Because, for example, I posted on a social Twin Cities thing about starting a early 20s meetup group, and I've got like 30 people that replied. That shows in itself that just on one forum or Reddit, there are people that are looking for friendships. I included many other people out there, but for some reason we can't do it. And I think there's one reason or one issue that kind of surrounds it. And that's embarrassment or humility or vulnerability. I don't really know which one it lies with, but people are embarrassed to say that I use a meetup app or a Facebook group to try to get to that area. They say, oh, I just found this thing. Because they almost feel embarrassed that they don't have any friends, that they have no connection, that they had to search and try to get into this community. And that's wrong. I don't think you should feel embarrassed for it. You shouldn't feel embarrassed for trying to make friends, trying to make connections, because it is difficult. I think in a day and age where technology and a lot of online stuff is kind of taking the lead, it is difficult to kind of find friends and a community or a tight-knit group in a place where you are not known, that you don't know, because it is the unknown. Now, there's a stigma behind that because I've been to some social groups and meetup groups where people say, I just didn't feel comfortable. People didn't really feel open when I got into this group because for some reason I felt embarrassed that I had to say that I went to a meetup group online or that I went to Eventbrite or some certain app to get here. And I just don't think that's progressive at all. I don't think it's good for anybody. These things are here for a reason. They're not only tools, but they're ways for you to find communities and find groups. Now, like I said earlier, it does take personal action for you to go out. It does take a little bit of your effort and time to find these events, find these people, and find these groups to try to get closer to them. And it takes time. Just because you were there for one day and you had a nice conversation with a group of people or even an individual doesn't mean that it's going to be tight-knit like you want. You have to put effort. You have to put time in. And that's where I kind of come in, where I started this Reddit group, and now we have a Discord group, and I'm going to start a meetup group to hang out with kids, or not kids. I am a kid, I feel, as well, but people in their early and mid 20s. And I created it myself because I couldn't find it. So I could find a group that had the same thing or this thing I was looking for. So why not create it yourself? Make it yourself. Try to create things that you want or things that you can do and get people into it as well, because people have like minds, similar things that they're looking for, because you're not that unique. You want friendships, and if you create your own thing, people might come along. But that's just that's just what I created. So what do you think? Do you think people have trouble finding friendships and connections in this modern day? Is it technology and the internet that's kind of taken that away? Are people just becoming more introverted and don't feel that human connection is needed? Or is there some other issue in our society that's leading to this? Let me know, leave a comment, send me a DM. Like I said in like 3 other previous videos, I like conversations, I like messages, and also you can do whatever you want. So catch you on the next episode or video. I don't know. We'll see you then.